I have an insane update for you, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about what's going on currently in California, and actually, it's getting more ridiculous by the hour. Now we're talking about Malibu. Now we're talking about actually a considerable amount of area in Southern California could be affected. We're going to get into all that. We're also going to get into some rather interesting videos that people have been taking. Some stuff happening in the sky as well. We'll get into that. I mean, honestly, looking at this right here, this is Malibu. Looks more like from the movie Terminator 2. And if you remember the scene in the beginning of the movie, at nighttime, they're like all hiding, of course. And it pretty much looks like this, though. All right, let me play this. Not much left, as you can see, in its wake. And a lot of people are not aware. I mean, this thing is really going to go far potentially. You've just overnight, it's covered a lot more area. California map, Los Angeles evacuation orders. This is from Fox Los Angeles. You have Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, Lydia, and you can see here, this area is all covered. And actually, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you some of these other maps, some advanced maps on the wind patterns, the heat patterns, and a lot of other things. And it looks like it could end up covering a massive amount of area, even getting into potentially other states, if you could even imagine that. I'm going to show you there's a massive wind pattern underneath this, right basically down below this area, way down. I can't show it. This is not the map. I'm going to show it to you later. But there's a huge amount of wind just basically south of this, southeast of this. And it's a massive amount of wind in a huge amount of area. And it even goes over into another state. So I'll show you that later. But this could be the biggest thing we've ever seen. Essentially unprecedented. This is Palisades here. You can see kind of what it looked like. This is from very early in the morning today, like 3 a.m. This is the map. Could be bigger than that already. But like I said, I'm going to show you a ton of stuff as we get into this video. We're going to get into some of the strange things people are finding. I mean, they're using purses. Now, of course, again, I already saw the community notes on this. So this apparently isn't a woman's purse you just picked up on the side of the road to use to put out fires, okay? This is supposedly a purse that they have on these fire trucks. I don't know why they would have a purse, but okay, whatever. So let's just play this.
Women's handbags? Filling up women's handbags to put out fires. Look at this. What in the world? LAFD fire.
Goodness gracious, dude. Actually, like I said, apparently, according to the community notes, they have these purses on these fire trucks. I don't understand this. Apparently, instead, if it's just a small little one, they don't want to pull out the hose. They just pull out these purses, apparently. So, I guess this is what they're saying. So, it's not a woman's handbag, even though everyone's saying that, apparently. I don't know. Like I said, we're going to get into a ton of stuff as we get into this video. I'm going to show you some videos that make no sense. Something flying around in the sky. Of course, one person was like, oh, it's a helicopter, but it doesn't fly anything remotely like a helicopter. And it appears to come out of the ocean. I'll show you that. And it's in LA. So I'll show you that in a minute too. First, I'm going to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. 3 months worth for $5.97. You're going to definitely want to get that. Link is in the description for that. You never know what's next. You've seen what's been happening over the last few years. Definitely not what you would call normal. All right, so it's always wise to be prepared. Link is in the description. Of course, also this book here, The Lost Ways, how your great-great-grandfather lived without electricity, how to build a cellar, do things around the house like they did in the good old days. The fact is, you're going to want that book before something happens. Get the printed one. You're not going to be able to buy it at Walmart when the electricity goes out. I'm about the only person pretty much selling this from what I can tell. There's probably a few random remote websites that promote it or something, but definitely want to get this. $37 plus shipping. Get the printed version. Link is in the description. Also, of course, gold and silver is linked below. All my other social media. I'm over on Twitter. I put videos up over there as well. Go check out my social media. Top link. It shows all my links to my social media. So let's get back to the video. So we have, of course, guys using purses to put out fires. Not exactly. I mean, it is a purse. It's literally called a purse by them as well. And they say that this is something that's on every fire truck. I don't know. I guess that's the case. So apparently that's what it is. It's not it's not some woman's handbag, right? And of course, what was interesting is a fireman spoke to Joe Rogan some time ago, back in July. And he said this: I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, dude, one day it's just going to be the right wind. And the fire is going to start in the right place. And it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And apparently, maybe that time is right now. I don't know. It's looking kind of like that. Although the winds, it's not blowing the way he said, but it is definitely going everywhere. It's really kind of ridiculous. So, I mean, it's pretty much prophetic right there, what he said. And you can see here from the satellite, let's see if we got on screen a little bit better, how all three of them started at the same time. Okay, let's just, I mean, this should be slowed down to really see it. So, how did all three of them start at the exact same time? I just don't understand that. Does that make sense to you? Like, how does that happen? So this one seems to be the one that started honestly, they look like they all started at the exact same time, literally. Doesn't it look like they all started at the exact same time? That just doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense? I just don't understand how that happened. How is it that these are apparently this happens a lot. The one in Quebec, it was the same one. Was that last year? It seems like there's like numerous examples of this where you'll have them miles apart and they all start at the exact same time. I just don't understand how. And actually one of them I saw, I had like 4 or 5 all start at the exact same time. And you're like, what? How? How? I thought it was like Smokey Bear, you know, like, oh, don't put out that campfire, you know, and it was just that one person. How is it you get 5 of them in different places all at the exact same time? I don't understand this. This apparently has happened. They have multiple satellites. I've seen other ones as well. One in Quebec. What is this one? Is this one the one in Quebec? Yeah, right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What is going on here? How? That's not 5. That's like 50. No, it's not 50 either. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like some down here as well. How do you get... These are miles apart. These are many miles apart. Look at this is... What is this? This is one of the Great Lakes, isn't it? Is this one of the Great Lakes? No, this is Quebec, right? This is not one of the Great Lakes. This is... I'm thinking wrong. What lake would this be? Let me look here. Quebec City maps. Let's just see what lakes around it. I mean, technically, maybe I'm right. Am I right? Well, no, it's kind of it's a little it's a ways away from one of the. It's a ways away from Toronto, and I mean, yeah, this is one of the Great Lakes here. It's a ways away from it, so it's not that. It's something else. So it's one of these other lakes in here somewhere. I just thought it was just weird. Yeah, so obviously that's pretty big. That's not like I mean, look, that's a lake, dude. That's not a pond, okay? These are miles apart. How do they all start at the exact same time? And he says across the entire province.
Look at that.
That is so weird. And this is not like a huge time lapse. Look at that. Look. Now, you could maybe understand some of these down here if they were really close, like these. But like, how are these all... I just don't get it. I mean, maybe I just don't understand. I don't understand how these trees don't go up either. Like 80% of the trees are fine and then all the buildings are gone. I don't understand that either. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But then we'll just get over to some other stuff because obviously I can't figure. Maybe you guys can comment. Some geek knows how that works, or maybe it's not what we think it is. I don't know. I'm sure people have comments about it. This was interesting. I showed this over my other channel. Something strange flying in the smoke. Let's see if I can show that on the screen. See that flying across there? That's way too fast to be a helicopter. So I've had people, oh, that's a helicopter or something like that. That's not a helicopter. That's way too fast. This is on a live feed from Fox. That's way too fast to be anything normal. I mean, even a jet wouldn't fly that fast, I don't think. I don't think a jet could fly that fast. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is about the speed of a jet. That could be a speed of the jet, I guess. I kind of doubt it, though. That looks like faster than a jet to me, even. I don't know. What do you think that is? And I got other videos like this, by the way. We got more. We even have one that looks like, appears to be coming out of the ocean. Near, maybe it's Malibu? I don't know. Where is this at? It's near LA. Okay. So, but you have this picture too. This looks a little strange. I don't know what this, I guess it's just some weird visual from the LA fire. I mean, it could be whatever. It just looks strange from a distance like that. You got that one. You got this one. This one's really bizarre. I think it's right here. This little dot. It flies out of the ocean. It appears to fly out of the ocean. See that? You can see it flying up. Right there. Flying across. Someone tried to claim this was a helicopter, but that just doesn't look like a helicopter to me. It doesn't fly like a helicopter. I guess I could be wrong, but I don't think that's a helicopter. It is kind of far away, but the way it's flying, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it just doesn't look like a helicopter's flight pattern. See, look, you can see it coming right out. Let's see, where's the start? The start is right here. It's right here. Looking like it's touching the water. See it going up and across. What is that? Obviously not a jet. Obviously not a plane. A plane's not going to be flying out of the water. The only thing you could maybe come up with is a helicopter, but it doesn't seem to be flying like a helicopter. So you have a lot of these weird videos like this. There's actually more than that. I could show you maybe some more later, but there's a bunch of them around LA like this. So, of course, 47 has come out and said some rather interesting things about Gavin Newsom. Gavin doing such a great job.
Lose half your tax base of California. This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They don't have any water. They didn't have water in the fire hydrants. They don't have water.
They don't have water? They didn't do any of this pre-burn. They didn't clear the floor of the forest. Whatever the proper terms are, it doesn't matter. They didn't do it. Oh no! Like they come up with some weird idea of how to save the environment, and actually in reality they just have the whole entire forest burned down instead. It makes no sense. Even Norway and Finland do it the way we're thinking you should do it, and they're all about conserving the environment. But for some reason over here, we're all backwards about conserving the environment. Let's shut off, the sunlight. Let's just let everything burn. It's great for the environment. I mean, these people don't make any sense. They literally make no sense. I don't understand where they get their logic from. Of course, now you have Studio City burning. And I mean, I've seen people just like in their city nearby, like, hey, look, it's over there now. It's coming near my apartment. Wow, this is great. No water. Can't really put this stuff out. And now I'm going to show you how ridiculous this really could end up being in the end. This is from Newsweek, California Fires Live Tracker. Map of Los Angeles blazes. And indeed, this is getting really ridiculous at this point. And it looks like it could get way bigger. This purple is actually the worst area. So right now we're talking these little area. This is where it is right now. Okay. You see that? Like over here? And it's actually a little bit over here too. Now this what were all the places? Let me go find it real quick. I'm trying to remember where I'm trying to keep track of where it's been and where it's going. Okay, so we have this map over here. Hearst, Lydia, Eaton, Sunset, Palisades. Right? And you got LA too. Okay, so getting back over here. So Lydia, Eaton, Sunset. All right. Let's go over here. And all right, so what do we got here? Do you have any of this stuff listed on here? You got LA, of course. Not really. So this is like kind of in this area, but you can see over here this massive amount of purple. So like it's right now it's over here, right? It's over here. You see this massive amount of purple? This is where it says it's an extreme possibility, I think there is what it's trying to say. It says here on the map, very low possibility. I'm thinking this is what it means. Very low, low, moderate, high, very high, extreme. So notice over here, going towards Phoenix, a very high potential fire spread there. That's what it's saying. Because they're talking that's what it's basically for, this map. Right? And that's so strange. So, I mean, that's kind of close by. The question is, will this somehow block it from happening right here? I don't know. It's kind of strange. So getting over here, you got wind. And this is that area I was just showing you where there's lots of wind, right? Actually, no, that's not it. It's right here. This is where all the wind was that I was showing. And so you got that map. And then here you can see this is where all the fire symbols are. But there's all the wind. This is what I was talking about, all this wind here. And look, the direction of the wind. You see that? You see the wind direction? So it shows wind this direction towards that area. This is the part I was showing up above right here where it showed all the blue, which is the extreme possibility. So, you know, this wind goes all different directions, okay? And I can show it right here. You see the wind's all over the place. For some reason over here, it starts going this direction. So this wind's blowing all different directions. Apparently, it's got a swirl here. And apparently, according to the other map over here, when you zoom in, let me show you this down here. Maybe the wind just keeps changing directions. I don't know. You can see here how it says, well, I guess it could be just the wind symbol, but they said the possibility of it being over here, they said up here, right here where they said it's purple, right? So it could be also just a sideways thing where like the fire is kind of coming down and then it just kind of spreads sideways because you got some of these angles going this way sometimes. Perhaps this might block it though because it's kind of on an angle that way. I don't know. So you never know. It may or may not go that direction. According to these guys, they're putting a probability of extreme right here. So whatever that means, maybe they know more than I do, or we're not reading this right or something. But it's kind of hard to read anyways. But you get the idea. So you got all that, and so that's going on with all that stuff. We have, of course, all these insurance policies that were canceled. This is from Newsweek as well. California insurer canceled policies months before. Apparently, there's a lot of them. It's not just State Farm, I don't think, because I keep hearing more and more stories in this realm. Because they just say in this article hundreds of homeowner policies, but I know it's a lot more than that actually, because I keep seeing other people saying this, and even famous actors and actresses coming out saying that their policies were canceled just before this. And it apparently is because they had financial failure. This is what State Farm was claiming, State Farm Insurance. But there are a number of famous people also that had their home affected and are gone, actually. Hollywood stars among those lost homes. Apparently a number of them. Mandy Moore, Paris Hilton, Billy Crystal, all in Palisades apparently. And there's a lot of other ones too, from what I understand. So that's just a few. From what I could tell, there's a lot more. And of course, also we have, what does this say? Home structures in the thousands are burned in Palisades. So it's going everywhere. And the question is it going to be able to be stopped before it goes more the other direction? That's what I'm kind of wondering. And I showed this video over on my other channel right here. This was kind of a crazy video surrounding their house in Palisades. And the wind, you can hear it in a second here. Blowing embers much farther away in the process. Anyway, I'm going to get into more over my other channel. Kind of want to know some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.